the same question that Jesus asks of his disciples, I put forth to each one of us today. Who do you say that Jesus is? Because your answer will certainly identify your relationship with him and the depth of faith that you share with him, that you live out with your sisters and brothers. It is a very amazing question to ponder. Then at the end of the gospel, Jesus teaches his disciples and each one of us hearing his words about the necessity of taking up your cross and following him. In the same way that he took up his cross and by his suffering, death, and resurrection opened the gates of heaven for us to experience salvation. We are totally interdependent upon one another in our life of faith. And so when we contemplate the cross that we're asked to bear, we understand that it may seem as though it's only ours, but it really belongs to the whole community. And right now, we need one another in bearing the crosses that we have. We need the encouragement, we need the support, we need the help, and we need to have that relationship with God first and foremost in our heart, in our mind, and in the way we share our faith. The church is going through some terrible times of struggle, and it's going to take each one of us and our ability to follow the example of Jesus in being loving, in being forgiving, in being merciful, to help the church right itself and get back on its feet. And so today, this is increasingly apparent because we are so blessed to bring children into this life of faith that we cherish so much. The gift that God has given to us, the gift that has carried us on our journey. And we know that the journey in faith is really about the path of surrender. Surrendering to God's will, listening to his teachings, making our lives like his, and the qualities of relationship that he shared. And so today, it's just a blessing to be able to bring these children into a life of faith. And in the very beginning, remember, we all stood up and said, yes, we're going to help. Well, I'm holding you to it, because it does take each one of us. It takes the prayers of the faithful and the encouragement for the families, the godparents, the extended families, to bring to the life of these children God's love. That relationship to which they are now being brought into through the sacrament of baptism. And so today, we sit here and we offer who we are and what we have in our life of faith to these children and to the rest of the community that sits around us. Today, as we celebrate baptism, begin to reflect and think about all of the wonderful things that you've experienced in your life because of God's presence. And your life began just as these lives will begin in the sacrament of baptism. How wonderful that is and how blessed